Hey YouTube, Charles Redneck Jones, once again coming at you with a new video on another knife. This one I've had for a while. It's no longer in production, but you can get one very similar from it called the Buck Compadre. But before we go to that, personal thing going on. My grandma is 101 years old. She's apparently had a heart attack. She's still in the hospital. We're not sure she's going to make it. We're not sure what's going to go on. So if y'all would, please pray for my mom, her siblings, and my grandma. There's a lot of stress going on right now with them and on them, and I'm sure they would appreciate any good thoughts or prayers you could send their way. Now, continuing on to the main reason y'all are here. Today we're doing the Buck Mesa. Let's turn around so you can see that pretty buck propaganda. Actually, I don't mind it. I think this is a cool looking knife, and I really like this. Matter of fact, for about 3 years I carried this knife every day on my belt. Granted, being disabled around the house, I'm not doing a lot of heavy work with it, but it still saw a lot of use, and it was a great knife. Like I said, this to me is an EDC outdoor belt knife. Made by Buck. At the time, it was a Walmart exclusive back in 2016 or 17 when I bought it. And I think I paid $32, including tax. And the blade length is 5 inches with a 4 5/8 inch cutting length. And the handle I measured is 4 3/8 total length. Just about 4 there, because most of my hand size is taken up with these huge long fingers. Handle width is usually not a big problem, even though my fist probably takes up everything you're going to see there, all the real estate. It's here because it's wrapped around going underneath the back part of the spine, but it's still extremely comfortable. It's got some jimping on top that is not aggressive at all. In fact, you really don't notice it's there. In this grip, you can easily choke way up to get a lot of leverage for fine carving. And this knife is made, like most Buck knives are, out of 420 high carbon. The Buck Compadre, their more updated version, I believe it comes in 5160, and it comes with a far better sheath in some ways. And in some ways, the sheath's not as good, because I've read some horror stories with the Compadre about it falling out. This one with the kydex sheath, while it doesn't fall out, it does have some rattle. But this kydex sheath can only be attached with this. It's really not going to take a tech lock. It's really not going to take a utility clip. It's going to take the proprietary system that Buck put on it to do it. It is reversible. You can remove this clip by unscrewing this, taking it apart, flipping it around, unscrew this, take this little plastic piece off, slide this down, slide this piece down into this side, and you can switch it. I set mine up for left-hand carry because most of the time when I'm out and about, I will have a pistol on my side, and because I'm right-handed, the pistol goes on my right side. That's the place I've carried a pistol for 30 years. That's where I'm most used to having it, so that's where it stays. Now, the knife is 1/8 of an inch thick up here at the spine, and it is extremely, extremely slicey. Take a piece of phone book paper, and if I can get it up here and actually do this on camera, which apparently I'm not going to be able to because my hands are shaking today. Part of my neuropathy, my hands will occasionally start shaking. But in addition to that, let's look at how it does against this. Again, it's 3 layers of leather. And it's easy. I've used this for about 3 or 4 hours at a time, carving canes, working on other things, woodwork like that, and it does great. It does have a slight recurve. Get a ceramic rod. It's really very easy to sharpen with a ceramic rod, and that's really all you have to do this. If you want, go ahead, put it on a strop it like you would any other knife. But this is an outstanding addition. I think the compadre is too. The compadre is going to have better steel, so it's probably going to hold an edge longer. But to be honest, I've never gotten this down to where I had to do anything more than touch it up with a ceramic rod and run it on a strop 5 or 10 times per side. And it was always razor sharp, ready to go. The sheath, while in some ways it's a detriment, it is secure. It holds it. This could be considered a drain hole down here, but I think what they actually meant it for was for you to put cordage or wire through here like they did for some Spydercos for a while. And when you push the blade down and secure it, it'll cut whatever you've put in there. That to me is more gimmicky than useful, because if you're wearing the belt sheath, running a piece of wire or cordage through that hole is going to be basically impossible. Taking this belt sheath off, where you have to take your belt off to use it, to use the sheath and knife for a wire cutter, seems ridiculous. So take that for what it's worth. Would I buy this knife again? Heck yes. If they still made them, I would buy it again. I would carry it. I occasionally still, even with my SE4HM that is my everyday carry, will choose to carry this instead. Is it better than the SE4? No. But I'm more familiar with this. So I have greater success with some tasks with this than I do the SE, because I haven't put the time in with the knife yet. So, now we come to the shout out parts. As always, I'm going to shout out Choir Boys Cutlery, good old Scab. Tomorrow is Work Tough Wednesday, and he will be doing a live tomorrow night. Not sure if he's going to have a designer on, not sure if he's going to just want to take questions and talk to people. If it is, it's a good chance for you to get to know the community, and it's a good chance for you to know Scab. Joe, steel forged in fire, sword, and knife. Great cinematographer, great reviewer. He really knows his stuff. My buddy, Gruggs at Legion Tactical Cutlery, just went over 1,000 subs. Congrats to him. Keep on going, buddy. You got this. You deserve it. Today, we're going to go back a little bit, and we're going to call Sawtooth Dave. Sawtooth is the person who actually told me, hey, make a video. And I did. I appreciate you, Sawtooth, for everything you do. You've got an awesome knife collection. I love seeing them, and I love seeing the modifications you do. Well, guys, until next time, take care, stay safe, and hey, enjoy the day.